like, well, I can send you the recording.
Awesome.
All right. So that should be okay, recording. Super. Okay. So I thought as I was like trying to remember all the things and everything, and like, where do I start with everyone? I was like, sometimes literally this quote popped in my brain is like, the start is what stops us. Have you ever had that where like you go are like, well, what am I gonna do? I don't know, and then you go and do the dishes, or I think I'm gonna do something with Tastefully Simple or whatever, and then all of a sudden, you like, binge Netflix or something, whatever it is. But I think sometimes with me, anyways, even when it comes to anything with my business, it's always been the start that has stopped me. And then once I get going, things kind of fall into place, but then I just never know where to start. So I kind of thought that's where we're going to kind of play with the concept of the start that's talking about the word start, START, and I'm going to use it as a fun little acronym. Sound good?
Awesome.
All right. So the S is going to stand for share. And my big thing, I always tell people, people do not buy our products. They actually buy you. They buy your energy. And I love our products, and could they absolutely sell themselves? Yep. I mean, beer bread's phenomenal. Nana's apple cake, amazing. Almond pound cake, oh my God. Right? They're great products, but what you, Mary, bringing to whatever, whether it's social media, to your friend's house, to whatever, your merriness is truly unique, right? And so because
Hmm.
you bring that, people are going to buy from Mary more than they're going to buy from Kathy, right? Because they know you, they trust you, and all that. So I just want you to kind of keep that in the back of your mind as we kind of talk about how to share. So I'm going to share some of my ideas of how I kind of share Tastefully Simple with some of my friends and family and everything like that too. Hi, Amy. We're just jumping right in. I haven't recorded and everything, but we're just talking about how it's the start that stops us. So
Okay.
we're using the word start as an acronym, and we're on letter S. So you're good to go.
Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, and someone else just popped in. Oh my goodness. Thanks for your patience, Mary.
Of course.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Did Rini come in? Hi, Rini. We're just getting started. I started the a little bit. We're using the word start to kind of as an acronym to kind of talk about, it's the start that stops us. So we're using the letter S right now, and here we are on share. So we were just saying, like, people don't buy our products, but they do buy our energy. So whatever energy Mary's bringing to the table, Amy's bringing to the table, Rini, Lisa, any of those things, that's your uniqueness that people are going to buy. And whatever you're sharing on Facebook, tastefully simple or otherwise, is your personal brand, your energy, who you are. And that's what people want to buy from. So this is a simple video I posted one day, and that's all it was. It was the chocolate bliss bars in a dish, and I think I had posted something that went with it, bringing snacks in for work today. I didn't. I wasn't selling anything. I was just sharing, right? That indirect concept. And then people are just kind of seeing what you're doing. Another share could be something made from Tastefully Simple, Mary. I don't know if you've explored the website much, but they have this thing called Get Social. And it automatically links up to all your Facebook, your Instagram, whatever. And they have pre-made videos. So if you're not one to make a video or whatever, and you just want pictures that they have done or videos that they have done, you can have it linked up and then just share it. So like this is a quick and easy video that you can grab right from their website. I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but you can kind of see. But then what your text is above it, and that when you share that obviously is what makes it unique to you, right? So you're kind of saying like, oh my God, it was a long day in the salon, thank God I have some magic chicken in the freezer, boom. And it's just that concept of sharing why it's helping you, and maybe that could also help somebody else. One other one I thought I would share was this one. This was actually I think it was, yeah, you can see 2015. This is a post from 2015 that a host did. And it was just some behind the scenes photos of her party. And we did an ice cream party. And it just said ice cream and hot dog and or hot dog and ice cream party at this person's house and just sharing what you're doing and whatever that is. And again, they're buying your energy, they're buying your brand, they're really looking into like, oh, that looks like fun. I wonder if I could do something like that, or, it might spark someone else's attention of how else they could have a tasting. So that's the S. And the share is the easiest thing in the world, I promise you. As long as you're posting one or two things a week, three, maybe four. I mean, I obviously post more, but you do you and what works best for you and your brand. And what you're doing when you're sharing, again, I'm going to reiterate this. You're not selling anything. You're just sharing how these products are impacting your life without any call to action. Okay. Um, all right, so the letter T is talk. Okay, so I am a speech therapist. Do I talk all day long? Absolutely. And I know, Mary, you probably talk and you do therapy pretty much all day long as people are sitting in your
Yeah.
salon chair. So it can be hard. But because you are talking, maybe this to people, you can kind of put this in here. I was someone asked, why would you put a picture of you getting your hair done here? So I'm going to talk about this concept that one conversation can change your business. So a little story about here. It was probably my second year of being a Tastefully Simple consultant. And that's when most people were writing checks for all their orders and everything. And I'd have to walk into ESL Bank and cash all the checks and everything like that, deposit them, whatever. So I walk up to the bank teller. Her name happens to be Holly. And she's like looking at my check. She's like, oh, people were writing in the memo, tastefully simple. I know that stuff. And I look at her, I'm like, oh, you do? That's really cool. She goes, my mom used to have all those parties. And I was like, oh, yeah, they're so much fun. La, la, la. Next thing I know, I'm at Holly's house, like 2 weeks later, having a tastefully simple party, which was wonderful and lovely. Totally side note, she wasn't even 21 yet, and I brought a drink bucket, and I didn't even realize. So But anyways, fast forward about, let's say about 6 more months, Holly decides to join Tastefully Simple. Great. And it worked for her until she became she's like, Cathy, I'm actually going to go back to school. I'm going to go to hair school. I said, okay, that's great. Good for you. So that's why this picture of me getting my hair done. Holly has been my stylist since I don't even know if I can see on there. But like since Evelyn's been born, basically. So since 2012. So 13 years, Holly has been my hairdresser for those many years. Holly stopped doing Tastefully Simple, but I didn't stop working with her family. And her family and I would have party after party after party. And so that one conversation at the bank teller created all these other things in my life with this family. Now, fast forward down to here, this woman is named Margaret. That is actually Holly's aunt who joined Tastefully Simple a couple years after Holly. So, what I'm trying to kind of share with you a little bit on this is that when you open your mouth and you just kind of talk, you never know where that conversation is going to lead. It may lead to your next order. It may lead to your next party. It may lead to someone who wants to do what you're doing too. But until we're just sharing, like talking, it's not going to go anywhere. So that's letter T. All right, letter A. So now you're like, okay, well, I'm about ready to talk. I don't like where this is, so I'm moving it up for a second. There we go. Um, you are ready to talk, but then you're like, well, what am I supposed to say, right? Um, the questions you ask can be very simple, very conversational. One of my favorites is, um, do you love or hate cooking? Like, what's your relationship with cooking? Do you love to like create gourmet stuff, which we can help with that? Do you love quick and easy things? Yep, we can help with that. I also love to ask about picky eaters. Like, tell me about your pickiest eater. Let me see what I can do with you. Here's what I do with my family. This seems to work well. Um, Another thing is like, what's your dinner plan for tonight? Mary, I could see you doing that. You're doing hair or whatever, and you're just like, all right, what are you guys having for dinner tonight? it's such a natural question to ask that can lead into more connections. And just, you go back to the start again, you're sharing, you're talking, and now you're asking these very specific, pointed questions. The other one that I really think is kind of fun is this one. And I don't know about you guys, but since COVID, when to gather together with friends has gotten weird. It's weird that we have to remind people it's okay to come together and do those things. I have certain friends like it's not an issue. Other friends like it's almost like I'm pulling teeth. Um, what you can do though is take that on yourself. And maybe you could say, when was the last time you had your friends over just because? Actually, I'm having my friends over for dinner on Wednesday. Why don't you guys come on over to my house? You can do that with Tastefully Simple. In fact, I encourage that. Maybe you call it supper club, or dinner club or whatever it is. And you cook for your friends. You're cooking dinner anyways. Bring them over once a month and be like, hey, I'm trying a new Tastefully Simple recipe. Come on over. You can check the book out and we'll go from there. And it's no pressure, very simple and easy to go with that. That's one of my favorite things to do. All right. R is for repeat. And I think this is a big piece of that. You don't have to be constant, but you do want to be consistent. And I say that because when you are consistent, you create a habit. If you're doing things constantly, you are becoming annoying, right? But when you're consistent, you're creating a habit and you're also creating that brand for your friends and family, being like, wow, she is my foodie go-to person. So I feel like when I am consistent about what that I'm going to touch my business today by sharing what we had for dinner tonight, or every Sunday, I'm going to share my meal plan with my friends and family. Like this is our plan for dinner this week. Or every Friday, I'm going to share, or no, every Tuesday, I'm going to share a taco recipe. So whatever you want, whatever's going to help you be consistent, not constant, is really going to help you. I put up here a picture of pizza and I put up here a picture of a camper. So when I first started Tastefully Simple, um, my goal was to be able to pay for pizza night out every Friday night. That's what my husband grew up with, and that was one of my goals was that I was going to pay for pizza every Friday night. Ironically, through food, but whatever, that's a whole other thing. Um, and one of the things I would do is set a personal daily challenge just to chat with three people about have one use one of those ask questions, right? And just create that challenge for myself. When I first started, social media wasn't really a thing, but maybe you set a weekly challenge of posting 3 times out of the week about your business, something like that. Um, I do think it's important to set a monthly income goal or a monthly sales goal. Um, because you're doing this for a little extra cash in your pocket. And maybe that little extra cash is pizza on a Friday night. Okay, that would be a great sales goal, or excuse me, income goal. We can definitely help you do that. Maybe you want to dream big and you want to dream for that camper. We can help you figure that out too. And don't limit yourself from dreaming big. I know it sounds crazy, but my business helped pay for the payments on our camper. So you get to kind of play with your business how you want. And again, but it's not about being constant, but it is about being consistent. You can't, oh shoot, was the old adage that they used to say? Oh, I forget it. But anyway, so I used to tell myself when I go to bed at night, I just want to know that I give myself credit for touching my business at least once today, whether it was chatting with somebody or whatever. But all right, so that's repeat. All right, and T is trust. Um, which is ironic that trust is actually my word of the year. And when this came up as part of like my acronym, I was like, oh yeah, trust makes sense. Confidence comes after action. So if you're not acting with STAR, um, you are not going to build self-trust in yourself and you're going to create that confidence. When you're taking action, you start to get more confident and you get a little more brave. And when you build that personal trust, you start to feel a little more empowered, is what I'm going to say. And I don't want you to feel like you are in this business by yourself. We truly are a community. Whether or not you are on my personal community, you're on somebody else's community, I want you to trust that the community is here to help. We really want to connect with everyone. And if you're doing well, then my business will do well. When the company does well, we all do well. And I think that's where I really do believe this company is a little special because we are very connected and trusting each other. Okay. So that was my basics for how to kind of just, when we say, what am I supposed to do with this? It's the start that stops us. But Mary, I'm going to go to you. Do you have specific questions? Do you have technical questions about the website? Anything like that? I'm going to start with you since you're our newest ambassador.
I don't know. So obviously, this is totally new and
Yeah,
starting it. Now, can I make a Facebook page and like link everything into that? Because that's kind of what I have
100%.
my Marriott, it's a Harry Deal Facebook page. I also have just my regular Facebook page,
Yep.
but can I make one
Yep. A
for
business page
Mary
for,
with Tastefully Simple,
yeah.
whatever?
Yeah.
Okay.
And feel free to come up with a fun name like, Mary's Kitchen, I don't know, whatever you want to, whatever you want to do it or food,
Okay.
mama, whatever. I don't know, whatever you want to kind of come up with. Mary Mama, I don't know. But you can kind of play with that. I think that they don't want you to say like tastefully simple. Like you could be like tastefully simple with Mary S or something like that. You can put tastefully
Hmm.
simple in it, but like you probably have seen me, like I put my Kathy's Kitchen brand on everything.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
that's a great question.
Okay.
And then you can link that right up. I know I mentioned Get Social. I'm going to show you real quickly. Once you're in here, if you go down to right here where it says Get Social, do you see that?
Yes.
Okay, and you click there. It will probably have you go through and link things on your own because mine's already set up. But once you're there, you can schedule posts to go out based on what they have. They have all sorts of great content library here. I'm just going to go to products. Let's say you wanted a bread and you want to post about our beer bread and like it's right there. So you can either download that or you can use it and add it to a post and it'll automatically post it to your website for you.
Awesome. Okay.
Yes. So that's something that you can really kind of play with and literally go down rabbit holes with.
Okay. Yeah, and that's what I'll do.
Yep. That's all right. Sometimes we have to go down the rabbit holes.
Yeah.
Um, what other questions, Mary?
Not that I can think of right this second.
Okay, that's all right. I'll kind of open it up to everyone else. How are we feeling about it? Was this helpful? I know it's for those of you who have never or who have been with Tastefully Simple for a while. I know this was nothing earth-shattering at all, but sometimes it's the start that stops us.
Right. Right. Well, it
And
has been for the past like what, 6 weeks?
yeah, and that's
I've, you know,
okay.
I've been dealing with graduation and,
Right. I was
we've done it all. So now I'm like, okay, focus.
yeah.
Now we can get back
Yeah.
into, Mary's world. So,
Exactly. Oh my God, Mary's World. I love that. I think that too, that's the beauty and the curse of the business. You can walk away whenever you want and like let it sit there and let it lie.
mhm,
It's just harder to get back in. So that's why I always tell people like do your best to touch your business once a day. Be consistent about touching it once a day. Do something for yourself and your business to make you feel like, yep, I did something. And it just makes that confidence increase. It creates the action and the
mhm.
habit too.
Okay.
Anyone else have questions? Jean, Lisa, Amy, Rini?
Mary, just want to say that like touching your business every day doesn't have to be this great, big, huge thing. It can just be something as simple as posting on Facebook, creating a
Okay.
post through social media.
Yes.
Don't,
Hmm.
yeah, just like 15 minutes of time is touching your business.
Yes. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah, and
you.
I want to say the same thing here. It's just doing something and just trying to reach out to people. I love the trust part. That was really
Mm,
key. And Kathy and I have been talking a lot about this, and I'm just trying to reach my customers in different ways. So the trust is where they keep coming back to you time after time.
yeah.
Um, for those of you who don't know me, I've been here for 17 years.
Me
So I have a
too.
lot of customers. A lot of customers. So I'm trying to reach back out to people who may not have heard from me in,
Right.
maybe 10 years and say, hey, I'm still here. So the
Yep.
trust is a huge thing because I need to get those people back. But yeah, reaching out, doing something every day is key.
And if you ever, Mary, need help with like, okay, I'm ready to ask someone, but I don't know what to say. Trust that you can come to me, you can come to our goal getters page, and you could be like, this is what I think I'm going to send to people. Does this sound okay? And you'll
Hmm.
get feedback immediately from everybody. Like, and really, we
Okay.
truly are a welcoming community of everyone. So,
Awesome.
welcoming committee, that is, no, sorry.
Sure.
Oh, very good. So, a little challenge for y'all, every one of you who are here, because who doesn't love a good challenge? Um, just think about, what are you going to do in the next 24 hours, right? Is it going to be a post? Is it going to be a text? Is it going to be an invitation? Is it a follow-up? But go ahead and text me what that looks like for you. Sorry, I don't know why that gunk was on the side there. Um, and tell me when you've done it, and I'll send you a little happy mail. How's that sound?
Okay.
Sound good?
Can do.
All
Yeah.
right. And that goes for everyone on this call, by the way.
Mm.
All right. Well, thank you, thank you, thank you for joining in. I was hoping to keep it
Thank
under
you.
a half an hour, and look at that, 23
Perfect.
minutes on point. I love
Awesome.
winning. All right. Thanks again, Mary. Thanks, Amy. Thanks, Rini. Thanks, Jean. And thanks, Lisa.
Thanks, Kathy.
Thank you.
Bye. Love you.